Hey guys, welcome back to the Cool Classic Kid Show. Today we have to talk about a dead meme being Saints Row 2022 because, well, after blatantly disrespecting their old player base, they're crawling back to us, man. They're like desperate. As you guys know, Saints Row 2022 was a complete total failure, complete total flop. It was a hot steaming turd that landed on video game shelves and on storefronts, and well, the devs have claimed to made some improvements, but is that enough? Well, let's get into it right here. Saints Row devs overhaul everything and asked fans for another chance. Saints Row is going for a Cyberpunk-like revival with a huge update, overhauling everything. Now, the difference between Cyberpunk and Saints Row 2022 is that, well, Cyberpunk actually has interesting aspects to it. There's redeemable qualities about Cyberpunk, and it making a push to be a better game, well, it's warranted. Whereas Saints Row 2022 is a bastard of the franchise. It doesn't fit in with the franchise in any way, shape, or form. It has no idea what it really wants to be because, well, the developers were clearly too afraid to make a real Saints Row game. But let's continue. Saints Row is about to get an update that overhauls pretty much everything and adds a bunch of new features, from changes to combat, missions, and multiplayer. Almost every part of the game is being improved, as the devs ask fans to give the reboot another chance. Oh, so basically, they're doing essentially what they were supposed to have done when the game released. Well, what are you, like a year late? So basically, yet another game that needed like a whole other year of development time. They say this is the first of 3 major updates, with this expansion launching on May 9th, as well as overall game improvements. The update adds a new area to the map, the distinct district of Sunshine Springs. The area will have new activities for players, which will hopefully go down a little better than the offerings we had launched last August. The Sunshine Springs update comes after Saints Row's disastrous launch, with the game panned by fans and critics alike. Judging from these extensive patch notes, it seems that developer Gearbox is pushing to give Saints Row a new lease on life, as some poor launches have managed to pull off in the past. Guys, man, let's continue. They said the team has been hard at work, bringing you a huge set of quality of life improvements, new features, and bug fixes. Read the patch notes. This includes an overhaul of the combat, making it feel smoother and more badass than ever before. They're really trying to make this new Saints Row stick. I don't know why. It's one of those things where they are just completely disconnected from the community of Saints Row. We have told them that this is not Saints Row. This is something else entirely. It should have been called something else entirely. Zoomer Row. Some BS like that. This was not made for the original fans. This is not made for me, that's for sure. This is made for Zoomers. Individuals who did not play the original Saints Row games to begin with. This is something that doesn't really have much of an audience to begin with. And will this basically garner the original fans to come back? For me personally, I couldn't give a fuck. You could make this new Saints Row play perfect from every aspect. The game actually working, no bugs, no glitches, the world actually being lively and looking, actually drawing to the eye. You could have, I don't know, anything, any gameplay aspect can be improved, but you still have loser-ass Zoomer characters that I couldn't give a fuck about. You have characters, basically characters that we wanted to be in the game don't exist. You have a new culture that is nothing like the Saints Row culture. You're politically correct because you're a bunch of fucking cowardly writers and just cowards in general. And most of all, there's two big things that really aren't spoken of enough. Well, basically, the whole point of Saints Row is to be counterculture. They don't get it. You can make all these changes, but it's still a bastard of a long-standing franchise that you are ashamed of. The developers themselves are ashamed of what Saints Row truly was, and this attempt at Saints Row was just them using the name alone to sell a garbage product that is nothing of Saints Row. And then the most important thing, which we haven't seen an apology for, it was them blatantly disrespecting fans, calling their previous fans that don't like the direction of Saints Row now, calling them individuals who commit acts of terror. I can't say the term because, well, YouTube, man, YouTube are a bunch of pussies too, not for nothing, but individuals that do that. That's what the PR people on Twitter for Saints Row called its fans for having issues with the game. They have doxed people. It's stuff like that makes me say, I don't care what you do to the game. It could be perfectly playing open world sandbox that has all the things we looked for in a Saints Row game from a gameplay perspective. But man, with Saints Row, it was never really, it was about the gameplay, but it was also about the counterculture aspect to it, to them just being over the top and insane. The type of culture that Saints Row unashamedly represented for that particular period of time, those mid-ish, basically the 2000s. That's really what it is. And to, be ashamed of that, it doesn't matter what you do, you're not going to garner the original Saints Row fan base. And you could at least start by apologizing to them. But you won't do that because, well, you stood your ground. And that's why you deserve nothing, Volition and Gearbox, whatever you guys are now, because apparently I heard that they merged together or something like that. You deserve nothing. I will not be playing this game. I know a lot of other people that will also stand their ground and not play the game. You created something that is nothing Saints Row, and you actually expect us to give it a try. That's not cool. Stop being cowards and make new properties if you're too afraid to revisit your own properties accurately. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this. I had to kind of just laugh at the fact that they really did try and cultivate this garbage product. I know some people would be interested in trying, and hey, if you do, good on you, have fun, but I couldn't care less. If you can, guys, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Doggos are now barking. Follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, or Kick if you want to continue the conversation. I'm so close to hitting affiliate on Kick, so if you guys want to check out a Twitch alternative, hey, check it out, follow me there. We have awesome streams that are kind of wild, so if you can help me out there and you can have a fun time hanging out with me there where you don't have to really worry about rules and whatnot, which is awesome because YouTube and rules and ball busting is what YouTube does, and Kick, they don't care. So yeah, and yeah, consider becoming a channel member if you'd like to be a part of my growing Discord server. And guys, with all being said, I'm out. Peace.